The Pathway to Greatness. Chapter 1. The Weight of Dreams. Charles sat edge of a rusty bridge that led to his neighborhood, a cracked, forgotten part of the city where dreams either died young or burned so fiercely they left scars. At 24, he'd known more of the former. The tiny house he grew up in still smelled of old wood, hardship, and his mother's faith, a faith that had outlasted meals, jobs, and sometimes hope. Charles had one thing: vision. He wanted to matter, to leave behind more than just bills and broken promises. His pockets were nearly empty, but his mind was full of ideas. Books half written in his head, business plans scribbled in cheap notebooks, speeches to crowd who didn't yet exist. Each morning he ran not just for fitness, but to stay ahead of doubt. The world didn't know him anything, and he knew it. But he also knew one thing with certainty: where I come from may explain me, but it will never define me. One day, Charles made a decision. He packed his only suit, a torn folder of ideas, and a photo of his late father. He walked miles to the nearest train station, destination unknown, but purpose locked in. Chapter 2. The Fire Within. The train groaned into motion, and with it, Charles felt something shift inside him. Not fear, though there was plenty of that, but something older, deeper. A fire that has smoldered in him since childhood. The train windows blurred as the city rolled past, taking with it the weight of his past, and bringing closer a future he hadn't yet seen but believed in with all his heart. Charles arrived in the city with no connections, no money, and no one waiting for him, but he carried two things that couldn't be measured: hunger and grit. He spent nights in shelters, libraries, and sometimes under open skies. Every rejection, from job applications to ignored business pitches, chipped away at his comfort but sharpened his resolve. By day, he worked odd jobs, cleaning floors, delivering food, fixing broken appliances, but by night, he studied, in libraries, on borrowed laptops, sometimes standing outside lecture halls just to hear fragments of wisdom. His notebook grew thicker with sketches of ideas, some terrible, some promising, all born of persistence. One rainy night, soaked and cold, Charles sat outside a cafe he couldn't afford. Through the window, he saw a group of entrepreneurs talking, laughing, sketching business plans on napkins. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "The difference between them and me isn't brilliance, it's opportunity. But I'm coming for mine."